Reportedly just $144. That's what Jeremy Clarkson's farm is said to have made in profit, after a full year, 1,000 acres, and every advantage money can buy. Less than a weekly grocery bill, for 12 months of work. He had the best land agent in England, a farm manager who'd worked that soil since he was a teenager, an agronomist on call, a production company quietly absorbing losses no ordinary farm could survive. If that only gets you $144, what chance does the farmer next door have? No TV deal, no fallback, just the land, and the weather, and the bank. That's not a joke about a celebrity's failed hobby. That's one of the most honest things British television has accidentally put on screen in years. And by the end of this video, you'll see why it's not really about him at all. Here's the twist that makes it sting. That same year, reports suggest the farm's paper value climbed sharply, almost none of it from anything grown or sold. The land was quietly becoming more valuable as property. In the exact same year, it reportedly failed as a food business. Two different stories. Same acres. Same 12 months. You'd think that was just a rough opening chapter. New farmer, steep learning curve, everyone stumbles at the start. 5 years on, you'd expect the story to change. It didn't. The farm's own accountant, the man who actually sat with the spreadsheets while the cameras were off, is said to have budgeted a real profit that season, not a hope. A number built on years of hard-won knowledge of that exact ground. The farm posted a loss instead, and a large stretch of that land reportedly grew nothing at all. Not from weather, but because the math said farming it would lose more than leaving it empty. Read that again. It was allegedly cheaper to grow nothing than to farm it. Picture the actual decision behind that. Someone walking that field, knowing every acre of it, and choosing to leave it bare, not out of laziness, but because the numbers left no other honest option. That's not failure. That's a warning sign dressed up as a quiet field. This is where most people quit. It's where Clarkson made the one move that actually flips the whole story. He stopped trying to win at farming the crop. He started selling something the crop becomes. Barley sold as barley gets whatever price the buyer offers that morning. You grow it, you take what's given, you say thank you, and hope next year's better. Barley turned into a bottle of beer with your name on the label, gets whatever price you decide to charge. Same grain. Completely different game. One man who used to build his career on driving fast cars had stumbled onto the one rule that could actually save a farm. It shows up again on the pub menu, smaller and almost too honest to believe. Home-reared meat reportedly costing noticeably more to produce than the imported version sitting on the exact same plate. He seems to eat that gap on purpose, every single time, because he'd learned the lesson the expensive way. Control the story, and you control the price. Quick one for you before we keep going. If your own work, your actual craft, the thing you're best at, barely broke even year after year, would you keep grinding at the original plan? Or would you pivot the way he did? Tell me honestly in the comments. I actually want to know. Now here's the part that stops being about him and starts being about you, whether you've ever thought about farming or not. This isn't one farm with cameras on it. Government figures show most English farms now survive on income that has nothing to do with farming itself. A government-commissioned review into farm profitability, led by a former NFU president, reportedly found that on average, English farms lose money on the actual agriculture, the thing farms exist to do in the first place. Think about what that actually means. Every farm shop you've ever bought honey from, every buy local sign nailed to a gate on a country road, every farmer's market stall you've walked past without a second thought. That's not charm. That's not a nice weekend hobby for people who like wellies. That's survival, hiding in plain sight. You've probably paid into this system 100 times without realizing it. Put the whole picture together now, because once you see it laid out like this, you can't unsee it. The shop subsidizes the field. The pub subsidizes the field. The beer subsidizes the field. The TV deal subsidizes the field. Every single business built around that farm exists, in one way or another, to keep alive the one business the land was originally for. And even stacked together, with a reported media empire worth well into the tens of millions behind it, the one thing it still can't reliably do, by most accounts, is pay for itself by growing food. That's not a punchline about one eccentric celebrity failing at a side project. That's the real, documented state of British farming right now, just with a camera crew finally pointed directly at it. So here's the real story underneath all of this. Diddly Squat was never really about a famous guy struggling to grow vegetables. It's the loudest, most visible version of an arrangement that's already completely normal across the entire country. Farms surviving on everything except the actual thing they were built to do. And that should change how you look at every jar of local honey, every farm gate egg box, every slightly too expensive sausage on a pub menu from now on. That price tag isn't greed. It might be the only thing keeping the lights on. So here's the question I want you to actually sit with, not just scroll past. Is diversifying like this, the shops, the pubs, the beer, actually saving British farming? Or is it proof, plain and simple, that farming on its own simply can't survive in this country anymore without something else propping it up? Pick a side. Tell me why in the comments below. I read every single one of them. And if this changed how you'll look at a farm shop the next time you drive past one, hit subscribe, because next week, I'm pulling back the curtain on the one number supermarkets really don't want you to see.